Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday to you. It's Project Joy Live, your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at this 9 a.m. Eastern Time hour. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I'm thrilled with you today because I have a guest on the show who has been on numerous times to all of the shows I'm pretty much sure of at this point, and really excited to have her back. She is the our very own I guess we'll call it network named Queen of Gratitude is here. Sharon Saraga-Walters is back, everybody, and we're going to dive into what how much has changed. It's always interesting to me of how much shifts and change when we have a little break in between seeing each other or working together or whatever else, and I think that's something to write home about, to talk about on the show today. So we're going to do that, talk about, of course, all things joy and gratitude. So that will be coming up here very shortly. Let me know where you're joining from and what is bringing you joy this beautiful Monday morning. And I want to celebrate with you because, first of all, it's National Waffle Day. If you wanted to have some waffles this morning. Now, I didn't realize over the years what an argument there was between waffle people and pancake people. Have you guys ever noticed this? And it's very funny to me because I will take either. I'm a breakfast girl. I love savory breakfast. I love sweet breakfast. I love just a bagel with cream cheese, whatever we have to do. I love breakfast. And so it's always funny to me because my doctor's like, you don't have to eat breakfast. Like if you feel like you're not hungry, like don't force yourself to eat. I'm like, you don't have to ask me twice in the morning. Okay. That's just not a problem. And so I anyway, I will eat a pancake or a waffle, but there's a lot of people that will talk about how the arguments are so funny. Like waffles are very polite because they have little squares that'll hold your butter and syrup for you, where pancakes are just a mess and the butter and syrup's going everywhere and all of this stuff. But the biggest memory I have where waffles is concerned is, so when I went to college and I went to stay in the dorm, and they have like the cafeteria that you can go eat with and you can get a meal plan. And that's what I had. I was tickled, just so thrilled that our cafeteria in college had a one of the Belgian waffle makers that you put the mix in, you put it down, you flip it over, you wait till the light goes off, and it's this big fluffy Belgian waffle. And when I saw that in the cafeteria, I knew I had made it. I was like, fluffy Belgian waffle every single day for breakfast with fresh strawberries on top. Yes, please. I was good to go. So if you'd like to celebrate today with a waffle, I encourage you to do that for National Waffle Day. It's also National Peach Pie Day, and shout out to Holmberg Orchard in Gales Ferry, Connecticut. We're very, very fortunate in this area. And I was talking to someone about this the other day. Connecticut's really interesting because we are very populated here. It's a very small state, obviously, and but when you drive around Connecticut, it's really interesting because there's a lot of trees and it's very hilly. And you don't realize how populated it is because we are so green here. Like there's so much life and trees and flowers and all of those things. And we're very fortunate that we have a couple of really amazing orchards and fields of, you can go at some points in the year and get like to the tulip fields and the sunflower fields, and it's just gorgeous, all these flowers as far as the eye can see. And so we have buckets. You can buy these buckets with Holmberg Orchards, and depending on whatever's in season, you just pay a flat fee and fill up your bucket, as many as you could pick, right? And so we love to go in the fall and do apple picking. We usually go a couple times in the year, and I make apple pie and apple crisp and apple cobbler, and I just eat the apples. We love apple and peanut butter for snacks and all of those fun things. And so this year was the first year that we went to the peach part of their orchard a couple weekends ago and brought the girls to pick peaches. And they were so good. And we also got the very last nectarines of the year. Literally, I think we got 5 nectarines in our bucket, and they were delicious. And so if you like peaches, use your peaches and make some peach pie, because it is National Peach Pie Day, everybody. Just FYI. I'm going to head over to the comments this morning. Teresa's in that VIP seat. Good morning. Happy Monday. Good to see you today. My favorite saying and your favorite saying is here today, everybody. Great show yesterday on Rise and Shine Sundays with Jamie Rich, Ray, Ollie, Hope. Who else was there saying? You. It was really great show. Check that out at 11 a.m. Eastern time every Sunday. Fine. I'm joining from the finally cool depths of Kansas City. Is it cooler there now? Last night, Peggy MacArthur messaged me. Now she's near the LA area of California, and it was 101 yesterday. And I was like, no, thank you. I'm good. And see, I'm with you saying I love some French toast too. And that reminds me of this breakfast place we used to go to that had stuffed French toast. See, I always have to be extra and add a good 590 calories to each meal. I love 2 breakfasts. Yes, second breakfast. We love second breakfast too. Enjoying this cooler morning. Love it. Listen, 2 breakfasts all day. 67 degrees at 8:07. We're at 65 here in Connecticut. It's really beautiful today. We had a couple of rainy days. We had some really good concerts and stuff canceled last week, our usual summer beach concerts, because it was raining, but I'll take it. It does bring cooler weather for a minute. All right, listen, we're going to take a super quick break and hear our For Love poem for the day. When we come back, Sharon will be here, and we're going to talk about all things gratitude. Don't miss it. We'll be right back after this.
I shall stand for love, even with a broken soul, even with a heavy heart. I shall stand for love, for the world is wounded. Not just my little piece of land, where I am mostly safe, where I am mostly well, but our world, everywhere, every day. I shall stand for love, because we need more light, not more death, not more power, not more bombs. I shall stand for love, so that our children are safe, so that our friends are sheltered, so that our borders are open. I shall stand for love, even with a broken soul, even with a heavy heart.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live, and welcome back to the show, Sharon Saraga-Walters. Good to see you this morning.
Thank you. You know, I have not heard her poem in so long. That was just, woo, that was amazing.
Yeah. It's so we meet every day and we read the poem together. And we celebrated her heavenly birthday earlier this month as well. And she just, like, the energy stays with me. I'm so used to repeating it every morning. But every time I go and play her version of her reading it, it just takes me back to all the recordings that we did together and just her energy in general. So it's really beautiful. But it's good to see you here this morning.
Oh, it is so great. It's been about a year, I think, since I've been on the show. I've missed it. I'm just so glad to be here. Yeah,
I know. And we remind everybody it's bright and early where you are.
But we have a new puppy, so what's time anymore? So I mean, we get up early. I already took him out for a walk, so it's 7, little after 7 right now. But I've been up for hours, so I'm all good.
Good. Already. Well, you've always been kind of an early bird anyway, and so we have that in common, where you and I are about done with the day when everybody else is getting up and ready to go.
You're not kidding. Absolutely. Yeah. We're those, I did that post again about being the 3 a.m. artists, creative people, spiritual. That's us.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I was mentioning as we were coming onto the show today that a year really isn't that. I mean, it's a long period of time, but it's not really that long. And it's amazing to me, though, whether it's 6 months, a year, something like that, how much can change with our lives just in that little bit of time. And you've had some really big changes going on as well in your world. And you mentioned one of those things, having a new puppy. I think last time you were on the show, we got to hear from Reno, and Reno passed away. How long has it been now?
It was a year and 5 months ago. Yeah,
Holy
he was
cow.
the
Yeah.
first, he was the first dog I ever had picked out, and
Oh,
I told my wife I had to wait at least a year, and so we waited a year and 5 months, and,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, and, I posted something on F it's so interesting. What I love is, so one thing I love about gratitude, for me at least, is
Mm,
that it just my heart is so there, and it's so clear of what I'm feeling, and I wanna share it, so I
yeah.
did a video. It was the day last Thursday, because we were picking up, Briggs is his name now,
Mm,
our new dog, and I was noticing that morning that I was like, I didn't know how I was sad, I was happy, but I was realizing that this was gonna be a change up now, because Reno was not physically gonna be here. I mean, I felt he's here, but he's more spiritually there, but he was always physical
yeah.
to me until this
Right.
one came along. But I really had to release and make room for Briggs. And I
Yeah.
and that hit me that day, and it was just, I just feel like the part of gratitude for me, I didn't go into a spiral and a breakdown of it. It was like
Mm.
I found another path to take, and it always amazes me what happens with that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Teresa remembers Reno, and
Oh,
so love that as well, because Reno used to really participate in our birthday songs, that we would have here on the show.
yes, yes. Well, one thing about Reno too, I gotta I love I can talk to about him a little bit, and Briggs
Yeah.
will be
Yeah.
but, one of the things that I shared was we went to find, Briggs. We on set last 2 Saturdays ago, we went and
Mhm.
saw him, and, at like 2 in the afternoon, and that at 5 or 5:30 in the afternoon, on our way, we were going to get something to pick up to eat. I've never seen this before in Colorado where we live, been here 7 years. We saw this humongous double rainbow. I mean,
Mm.
humongous.
Oh.
And at that point, what I said, I took it there. I said, he's way happy for us." And he says, "Yes, mommies." It was so touching.
Oh. I
Yeah.
love that. That's so awesome. And I always look for, you know, little signs. And it was interesting because there was a show that I was watching recently. Not a show that I will mention here on the show because I watch a lot of trash TV. But the person in the show, I really this part was really heartwarming. They were not raised with any kind of religion at all. Their parents were not. His dad, right before he died, said, there's going to be nothing when I'm gone. He still stuck to that until the moment he died. And so the guy was really discovering for himself. What spirituality looks like. And one of the things that helped him when his dad passed away was looking for little signs, little things. And so, regardless of whatever you believe, sometimes if we have those things that are special to us, for him, it was a bee when I see bees. And so, whether it's a rainbow or a bee, I think of my grandmother a lot when I see owls, or when I see yellow butterflies, I think of my brother, and little things like that. I really think it can bring us a tremendous amount of peace,
Mhm,
especially when we're like, we have to make a decision or it's something that they would typically have been a part of.
mhm. And in your word, that brings joy, when you see the rainbow, when you see this, even the signs, because that's that part that it really does bring you that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how much you want to talk about it or mention it, but you also had another big loss fairly
Mm,
recently. And I it really, when you were sharing about with me, I wanted to tell you so badly, like, the way that you have always talked about your parents, like,
mhm,
I felt like I knew them, like I know them. And so it was sad for me in that moment too, because I know how special your dad was for
mhm,
you.
mhm. Yeah, um, a couple of good really amazing things. When I moved to Colorado 7 years ago, I mean, I had a good relation with my dad, But when I moved, it really changed me because I didn't see him all the time, and there was this whole different wonderful relationship how we connected. And
Mm.
so I really had 7 years. I called my parents. I FaceTime every single night, even a couple times a day with my mother. When I moved, that was just something I said I wanted to do because I wanted to
Yeah.
see them, and I actually needed to. I'm very close with them, so it helped me to do that. And my dad and I, we became closer than we ever have over these past 7 years. We really
Yeah.
have. And I'm just so blessed. I'll say my dad first. Both of them are just amazing parents. I feel like I am the luckiest person in the world, and I feel like I am who I am because of them.
Mm.
And I am determined. I'm going to be out in the world doing how I'm taking on what they've done to the world, and
Yeah.
I feel so lucky for that. But yeah, the good news is, so my dad, one of the things he would have turned 95 on October 7th, and he passed away on June 6th. They owned retail stores, and when I was growing up, they had retail stores, and he got a job at Target because my mother was so busy doing her life, he needed something to do.
Yeah.
So he wanted to make it 30 years at Target, which he did on
I
May
can't.
20 May 20,
Wow.
8th, I believe it was, 6 or 8. He made it to 30 years. And literally, I would say a day or 2 after that, that's when he had called my brother and said, "I'm not really feeling well." And
Mm.
I think he had known all along he kind of wasn't feeling good, but good enough to keep going. And he took care of my mom beautifully too. He did so much for her. And so I think the best thing that happened was he went to the hospital. It was 10 days. He had everything. His body just said, "Mm-mm, we've had a good
Yeah.
long life, and this is, you're complete here." And he ended up having blood cancer. And
Mm.
but 10 days, and I just kept praying, but just let him not suffer. I actually so my prayers for everybody who gets sick, like really sick, that
Mm.
it goes quickly, that
Yeah.
they don't suffer, and he didn't. So 10 days. And
Yeah.
um one last thing I wanna share, because this is really,
Yeah.
it's really, important. It has stayed with me. It will stay with me forever. But so we flew in, and on Saturday night, he was in hospice, and my wife and I and brother, um, we were in the room with him, and my brother was spending some really wonderful time with him. And then I went up to him and I kissed him on the forehead and I said, "Dad, it's okay to go." And I said, "And I promise you that we will take care of mom." And as soon as I said that, that was his last breath.
Oh.
And that was
Mm.
such a gift for me. Such a gift. I mean, I think that, and other people may relate to this and have experienced this themselves. And for me to even do that, I never would have thought that would be the person that would do that.
Mm.
That's where another way that gratitude has just reshaped my soul, my heart, my everything,
Yeah.
to be able to just do that. And it felt, I was told to do that. It was like, and I just did it. I didn't even question it.
Yeah.
So that was just, it was, I don't know. I have sadness sometimes, but he had a long life, a long, great life. And we had
Yeah.
so many memories. And I don't know. I think he went the way he did go the way he chose to go. And that's a gift.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's really important too. And there is that, whether we're talking about someone passing away or not, I do
Mhm.
think it's so important for us to not fight for, that's not the words I'm looking for, but be committed to having the closure that we want to have, that's going to allow us to feel good. And I've mentioned over the last couple of weeks on the show that there's going to be some big announcements here soon and all of that. And even in that process, it's like some of what I've been thinking about is, what do I want this to look like? And having the kind of closure that we want. I just think it's so important. And I love that you and other people around him, and I feel very lucky that people around me support those desires that we want to have, for the ending of things.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes.
It's
Yeah.
important. It's
Yeah.
important. So with all of this going on, I mean, I'm sure you've had lots of really great and amazing things going on as well, but it has been a really long time since you've been on the show. So what is who is Sharon today compared to Sharon the last time you were on? Like, what are been some of the big changes you personally experienced with all of this?
Mm. Well, one thing I'll have to say this because I have to give you a
Yeah.
lot of wonderful credit. You know, when I was on the show it was like a year, I think, or more. I
Yeah.
can't remember, a year or more. And that was so, gosh, that was so amazing for me because it got me out of a place for me that I didn't even know who I was. And it allowed me to just really, I enjoyed it so much. I really did.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you the first thing that happened to me, I really felt was like, oh my gosh, I really miss this. You know, I do. I missed all the talks, all that we were
Yeah.
doing because it energized me. It had me flow more. It was just, I don't know. I felt very alive. You know, I
Mhm.
did. And so I will tell you that happened. That stayed with me for a few months or more. Could have been
Yeah.
more, but I thought, and then I was going to go, okay, well, if there are more shows or something I'm to do, then it will come. I wasn't trying to force it. And what I found that really one of the things that I found I was doing was I was doing more, creating more of my own videos. I was
Mm.
allowing myself to just express more because that's what I love.
Yay.
You know, I love doing that. I love doing it on your shows and other things. So
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that has really been really neat for me is just the expressive part of me.
Right.
And I'm you know, we talked about this a little bit before. I do reels, I do stories. I love creating music around all of my gratitude work and exercises and whatever. But I do that every morning. I do that every single
Yeah.
morning. I take time and that just makes me really filled up and happy. And then I got a call from you to do this. So you know, I'm back in it. And the cool thing is that how comfortable I feel, how like
Mm.
because of you and this show, it set me on my way. So thank you for that.
Thank you for that. And it really is it's been so cool to see the journey. I think of people like Brittany, who I met on TikTok, and she was not doing any, I mean, you would never find her on a video. I met her in the comments on TikTok. Like there was no, she wasn't in the video. We were in the comments together. And how, like, just open and ready she is to do any shows now and after all of this time. And so I remember you at the very beginning too, because your wife has been in this kind of work that I'm doing for quite some time as well. And so I think you were like, I don't know if I could be a Jessica or a Luann or like anything like that. And so, I just, one of the things that's so important that I remember telling you, and I've told other people over the years, is you just have to do it in your way
Mhm.
and in your time and be yourself when you're coming on camera, because if we were all the same on camera, that would be boring, first of all. and,
Mhm.
and,
Right.
and sometimes it takes time. Like I look back at videos I did 10 years ago that I would never want to watch again. So it does take time to get to that comfort
Yes.
level, right?
And you're right. What it really did is it allowed me and all of us really that you just find your real true self. And when you're doing that, you're your star. That's it. It's just
Yeah.
about being your true self.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. One of the things that I wanted to talk about, because we have mentioned some really like heavy things that we've gone through over the last year, like, do you think that it is realistic to be grateful all the time?
Okay, what came to my first thing, but now I've been at this for a long time, so I'm
Hmm.
not the typical person about how I could go about
Yeah.
this. And because I have been into this work for so long, I don't think you can be grateful all the time. However, when I am going through something, even with my dad, you know, the first thing I went to gratitude because and I'm glad I did because I would have taken away. I mean, but I'll also feel the feelings. I'll feel the emotions and feelings, but there's so much greatness of him that I could have missed out if I had not gone for me to go to gratitude. You know, and
Right.
because one of the things I did the next weekend after he passed was Father's Day.
Mm.
And so the old me could have been, I mean, it's fine, but the old me would have been just really, just so sad and just couldn't get past that. And the new me is that yes, I was sad, but I wrote a letter to him, a long letter of everything I
Mm,
could think of from my whole entire life that I thanked him for, that I felt
yeah,
gratitude for. So, but there may be I'm sure there's been time or two that I haven't been finding gratitude to be grateful for something. But for me, I've made it my intention because I
yeah.
don't like me personally, who I am and what occurs when I don't do that. And there are
Mm,
moments when I do that I can't go there, but they're not often. And
right.
it's taken practice. It really
Yeah.
has.
And I think I would agree with you actually, that I don't I think I would shift the phrasing to where it's not necessarily that gratitude, like that we're grateful all the time, but it's that what's there all the time for me is the choice to be grateful and also and the tool of gratitude, right? And so it does come into where we have all of these things outside of us that happen. Somebody dies, we lose a job, worldly things, whatever. Like we have all of that stuff that happens. And then those things itself, we might not be sitting here going, "Oh, I'm so grateful I got diagnosed with
Yeah.
cancer," or "I'm so grateful that my
Mhm.
grandmother died," or whatever it is. But in those moments is when we get to choose. We get to
Mhm.
go, do I want to lean into this tool called gratitude and use it? Because we do have to ask ourselves that question, like, do we like how it feels? Do we like who we are when we don't choose
Mhm.
gratitude?
Yeah. Yeah, that's really true, and it's like it's I would never say, like, I could never say, I'm grateful for any kind of the negative things that
Mhm.
happen, but I
Yeah.
step right into the gratitude of the situation or the people especially, and
Yeah.
what that gives me when I step into that place, oh my gosh, is so much bigger and so much greater than what I
Yeah.
would have stepped in on the other side. But and there's no right or wrong to it. This has just been my finding, and it feels really good. And I wasn't always that way. I was not
Right.
always that way at all.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh, I wasn't either. That's for sure. And then there's the second half of it, which when we do experience those things and perhaps some time has passed or perhaps our perspective has shifted or whatever that looks like,
Mhm.
then sometimes we can look back and say, even though that was really lousy in the moment,
Mhm.
I'm so grateful that it happened because I'm a better person now. I
Yeah.
understand things more. It changed the
Mhm.
trajectory of my life or whatever it is. And so there's that sort of secondhand gratitude that I think can come later where we look back and go, I remember at that time when I was struggling, I could not find the gratitude in that thing. And
Mhm.
I was looking at everything else around it to find gratitude. But now that I look back, wow, I'm really glad that
Mhm.
happened or what
Yeah.
have you.
Yeah, that's so true. And one of the things that I keep finding, but it doesn't stop. And when you're talking about looking back and stuff,
Mm,
I didn't realize this about myself, but I can do things and have great moments of times and experiences, and then I forget about it. I
mm,
really don't recall it. And so one of the practices that I do a lot now is I rewrite. Every day I say, like, today I'm talking about yesterday, what happened. I'm writing
mm,
it down, and like those are my gratitudes right now because I don't remember it. Even when I look back at, the memories on Facebook when we get that. So
mhm.
I just got something about this, it was yesterday. Oh my gosh, last year we were in Moab. I don't even remember that until I saw the Facebook memory. It's like all these things, I'm like, "Oh my god," and I'm fine. My memory, my mind is good. But it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's human nature or what, that we just don't take in and remember so many of these things that we've done.
Mhm.
It's
Well, you
really
know what's
amazing.
interesting about that too? I actually read something, I can't even remember. It was a couple months ago. Talk about not remembering things, but I was fascinated because I was thinking about how, um, sometimes these big things happen, and maybe there's more than one of us in the room, but we all remember something very different about what happened, and maybe even some of our facts that we have about what happened are skewed. And what happens is like our like the I was reading some of the science behind this because our brains are not designed to hold on to every single, like, everything as like the same way as if we were there, right? So what happens is over time is your brain can start to fill in some of the gaps. So if like you don't remember the event and someone brings it up, your brain will fill in with whatever to try to put, and sometimes the things just aren't even true. Like our brains do really funny things. And so I do think there is value in having like that on this day, or having conversations with people, especially if you go through something traumatic with somebody else. Like having those conversations can help us to have, I don't know, a little bit of, I think, perspective as time goes on, because we remember things very differently sometimes than how they actually happened.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's interesting. One of the things that I think is really helpful for me, and I know you do this too, is maybe thinking about some of the things that we're surrounded with every single day that we've stopped noticing. Because, you know, we get busy or whatever else, like someone making your coffee, a familiar voice, like your favorite chair, your pet running up and greeting you, something like that. Like, what are some of the things that you feel like sometimes you have to remind yourself, like, they're still there?
Oh, I'm going to tell you, I think what I've mastered is really that part. It's the trip things I don't remember as much, because I have been practicing that piece that you were just sharing so much, that because every time I go out, when I go out anywhere, my mind, I've got it trained that I'm looking for things that are to see and that are beautiful. And I mean,
Yeah.
literally, I mean, I will say that is the one thing that I have gotten down.
Yeah.
But it's the trip thing that I can't bring back. Because like yesterday, we took Briggs to a park that we used to take Reno to. And just, all the views that we saw. I took a video and it was this gorgeous lake with reflections and the foothills. And then I saw these seagulls. And then, I mean, I am so good when it comes to taking notice of things. That is my one claim to fame, I'd say right now, that I've gotten myself into.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but it's automatic. So it has taken me years to do,
Right.
but it's possible for it really to become whatever that is that you really want to make an attention. It can become automatic.
Right. Right. I saw this question the other day, and I'm going to put it on the screen for everybody because I thought it was so good. What ordinary thing in your life would suddenly feel extraordinary if you knew today was the last day you'd experience it? And I don't know. And it doesn't have to be anything that you guys answer specifically, but just thinking about that question. There's a lot of things that I feel like we might take for granted every day. And if you knew that this was going to be the last thing, I saw that I got some of my very nostalgic friends going the other day. And because I had seen a post that said something about, do you remember the last time you pressed record to record a song from the radio on a mixtape? Do you remember the last time you walked into a record store and put the headphones on so you could preview the music before you buy it? Like, do you remember the last time you watched something when it premiered on TV instead of like it was streamed however long ago? Like little moments like that make you go, like, we didn't know to have gratitude in the moment because we didn't know it would be the last time.
Huh. Wow. Okay. So you know what comes to my mind on that? I
Yeah.
mean, because really, thank you for even doing that, because but this may be off the, it doesn't matter. It's what I'm thinking.
That's okay.
So I was thinking about, because I'm going to a party in September, the 1st of September. My friend is having a 60th party, and we're dressing up in whatever era you want to dress up in. And so for me, of course, it's the 70s and it's the disco and and also bringing in a little Woodstock and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that for me, a disco or something about disco, the dress, the disco light, the music, that's the part I think I miss. So I got this outfit and it is like, oh, I'm going to send it to you.
I need photos.
No, wait. It's not a disco outfit. That'll be for my 70th.
Yeah.
However, for her birthday, it is all, it's all rainbow tie-dye color.
I love
And
it.
I have a
Yeah.
peace sign. I have peace earrings that are like that big. I mean, I
Oh,
just, I
good.
love it. So that's what made me think when you were talking about that. So it's the disco, Woodstocky, that type of
Yeah.
era that I
Yes.
wish I had. So I'm actually getting to bring it back.
Yes, and we can do that, right? Like we can, like when we realize that there's those things that maybe we've forgotten about or we can bring it back. And this is why I go to 90s Con every year,
Mhm.
because like I just for 3 magical days it's just you get to go back and you get to like have a new appreciation for something that maybe you didn't have the appreciation for back
Mhm.
then. Speaking of your 60s and 70s, we went to one of the concerts we went to recently was Don Felder and the Guess Who. So
Oh,
Don Felder from the Eagles opened the show,
yes.
and then the Guess Who came on. And I mean, singing songs like Share the Land and like all of these and I'm like, oh, I was born in the wrong era. Like, really was, because it's so yummy.
There were some great, great songs then. Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, my mom's here in the audience right now. It was all about the 70s. She
Yay. Yay, mom. Agreed.
Oh,
Agreed.
I love that. And I was thinking about mom. Actually, so funny that she's here right now because I was thinking about, speaking to my mom, when Graham and Gramp had the upstairs and, they kept a lot of the other things back there. I remember the first time that I went into my mom's old closet and they never took anything out of there. And there was like bell bottoms and like the flowery things and the really bright colors and all of that stuff. And I remember a couple times I went in and I think I at one time I wore an outfit for Halloween or something like that that was in her old closet. But that used to just thrill me to go back and see like all of the old style, and we would have so much fun with that. So as much as they kept so much stuff upstairs in that attic, mom, I'm so happy that they did, because it was so fun to go play in a different a different different time. I will tell all the things that were in that closet. It was good though. So at any rate, that sounds like it's going to be so much fun, and it'll be you'll have lots of gratitude after that to talk
It
about,
is,
I'm
and
sure.
you know what was so cool about it is it didn't feel like a costume. It felt
Mhm.
like, I mean, it felt like now one of my favorite outfits,
Yeah.
actually, you know?
Yeah.
That
I
was kinda
love it.
cool.
I love it. All right. Well, we are at the part of the show where it's time to do birthdays. You ready to do birthdays, Sharon?
Sure.
It's going to be good. Here we go.
Happy birthday to you.
All right, everybody. In the world of celebrity today, actor Rupert Grint, that played Ron in the Harry Potter series, is 38 years old today. Happy birthday, Rupert. Actor Chad Michael Murray, who you might remember from Gilmore Girls, Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill, 45 years old today. Comedian Dave Chappelle is 53 years old today. Actress Marlee Matlin, you guys might remember her. She's a deaf actress. She got big awards for Children of a Lesser God back in the day. 61 years old today. Marlee Matlin. Also, actor Steve Guttenberg, you might remember from the movies, the Three Men and a Baby movies. He did other things as well. 68 years old today. Happy birthday. And some celebrities in my life over the weekend. Teresa Goodrich had a birthday. Happy birthday, Teresa. And also, Breakthrough alum Vivian Aqua had a birthday. Tamara Marie, my cousin Morgan Main. And today, one of my old teachers, Mrs. Finlayson, has a birthday. Rena Little has a birthday. And Deborah Eppelman, one of our Breakthrough Show alum who passed away last year, had a birthday today as well. So happy birthday, Deborah. Anybody you're celebrating today?
I know I forgot to check, but I'm gonna look and I'm gonna put it in the comments when I find out who was. So
So
I'm
long
gonna go
away,
that
you
way.
forgot our routine, Sharon.
I did, but but it's nice to come back to it.
Yes, it is. It is. And listen, we always wish everybody a happy birthday, no matter whether we mention you by name or not. We wish you a happy birthday if you happen to see this. So, all right, let's get our birthday song on. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rupert, Chad, Dave, Marley, Steve, Deborah, Rena, Josie, Teresa, Vivian, Tamara, and Morgan. Happy birthday
Birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating. We hope you have an absolutely incredible day, week, month, however long you want to celebrate. It's fine with me. Anything that you have going on, Sharon? Any thoughts you want to leave with everybody today about gratitude or joy or anything else that's on your mind?
Well, I will. So do you see, I have some like white light energy.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
love it. I wanted to say,
You're
I'm like
glowing.
loving this. I know. I'm like loving it. So that's one thing. I'm like, gratitude for that white light. It's awesome.
Yay.
Let's see. No, I think that I hope that, people, whoever hear this, took something from what we had to share today. And Jessica, I love you and I appreciate you so much. I have so much gratitude. I know we're going to be connected. Well, I've always said we'll be connected for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Times maybe, probably.
Yeah.
And I just really appreciate being back on the show. Yeah, I there's nothing other than that. I appreciate today.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been really great having you back. And I do want to encourage everybody to go to gratisize365.com, which is Sharon's site. She's a lot of great stuff there, including the book Gratisize 365. And it's 4 steps that you can do every day to improve your make your I don't even want to say improve, to make your gratitude practice more rich.
And strengthening your gratitude muscle and exercising gratitude. Yeah.
Yes. And another one that I really, really love is Sharon's book, Thursday's Note. And it gives you 52 different ways to write a thank you note. So you can write a thank you note every single week. And I think that I made the decision that I'm going to do that in starting for 2027. Every single week I'm going to do one, because I was sharing one of my recent joys, Sharon, is that when I was a child, and my mother will remember this, I used to collect stickers. I loved stickers. I had Jackson 5 stickers, Scratch and Sniff stickers, Cabbage Patch Kids, Barbie, Strawberry Shortcake, any stickers you could think of, I had the sticker. And I had books and books of these stickers. And so I found this membership called Pip Sticks, and they send you an envelope of all stickers every month. And each month has a different theme. And so I started this year, I send little note cards in the mail to my clients when they come on board to some of my programs. And I found myself going to these stickers and I just have so much joy in finding just the right sticker for each person, like individually. And my last batch I sent out, they got bombarded with Care Bears. Like, I have all these Care Bear stickers, but I was like, it would be so like, the process of writing a note and putting it in the mail seems so daunting to me sometimes, but when I pair it with I get to find, the little stickers that are just right for them. Like, that brings me so much joy. And so I'm like, I think I'm finally ready to do the Thursday's note. I think
that's wonderful. Yeah. I can't wait I want to hear about that more when you do it. That's great.
Now I'm collecting them too. My special sticker, by the way. So my mother, when I was young, my middle name is Suzanne. So it's Jessica Suzanne. And my mother used to call me Jessie, Susie, Pollyanna, Hannah, Banana when I was little. And so she got me a sticker that is that. It says Jessie, Susie, Pollyanna, Hannah, Banana. So I've been keeping it. I set it aside. I'm waiting for, I'm so scared with stickers, unless I'm giving them away. Like, I don't want to put it on something, because then I'm like, what if I get rid of that thing? Right. So I've been hanging on to my all of my stickers and things like that. Because I don't know what to do. I need a book again. I need to make a book for myself. But So go check out Gratisize 365. And I think you can get gratitude glasses there too, right?
Yeah, they're on Amazon, but yes, you can order them from the website, and it's to Amazon. Yeah, I know. I really should have put my glasses on here. The sun was coming through, but I don't have them nearby. Oh,
I
well.
know it. I know it. Well, it was so good to have you back today, Sharon. So good to see you as always. And I know that I'll be seeing you again very soon on the screen with us, and more to come about that.
Thank you so much, Jessica.
Thank you. Thank you guys, wherever you are in the world, for watching or listening today. And I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. This is Sharon Saraga-Walters, and we want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life and gratitude today and every day. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.